With the NBA trade deadline approaching, every Laker fan out there is waiting for the possibility of Jerami Grant coming to town. If I'm gonna be honest, I believe a Jerami Grant to the Lakers trade is the most realistic and of course the most likely to happen, despite all of the many trade rumors around right now. Jerami Grant is affordable, he's a great reliable star and entering his prime. And what's unique about Jerami Grant is he's on a team that's completely rebuilding. The Detroit Pistons have to be smart to trade Jerami Grant right now to simply get the best value possible in return before Jerami Grant ultimately leaves. With the NBA trade deadline literally 30 days away, this is a trade rumor. The Lakers are among teams pursuing Pistons Jerami Grant. They're interested, and I do believe Rob Pelinka right now is making multiple phone calls with the Pistons. Shams Charania of The Athletic says this: several playoff teams are pursuing Pistons star forward Jerami Grant. The Wizards, the Knicks, the Blazers, and Lakers among others. Grant is sidelined due to a UCL injury in his right thumb, but Detroit will have a vast group of suitors for the 27-year-old. Grant, who is eligible for a 4-year extension worth up to $112 million this offseason, is one of the most sought-after players this trade season. Oh boy, I absolutely agree. Even though right now Jerami Grant is inactive and is out due to a thumb injury, teams know his value and want him. The Pistons right now have the second worst record in the NBA, and from what it looks like, they are nowhere close to making the playoffs, or if anything, nowhere close to even making the play-in tournament. They're in a full rebuild mode to build for the future, and simply trading away Jerami Grant to build around Cade Cunningham, I believe it's a realistic scenario. So far this season, Jerami Grant has played about 24 games, and he's averaging about 20 points, 4.8 rebounds, 2.6 assists, shooting about 41% from the field goal and 33% from the three-point line. And if you watch Jerami Grant's game, he's known for his ability to guard any position on the floor and simply be a great two-way player, a great offensive player and a defensive player that can defend on ball and the perimeter at a high level. During the beginning of his career in the NBA, Jerami Grant built a name for himself for his high-energy blocks and of course his athletic body and wingspan. On the Lakers, they need that right now. So with the Los Angeles Lakers pursuing Jerami Grant, what is the best deal they can get him for? If I'm gonna be honest, the Lakers don't have much to offer, and of course they can't trade Russell Westbrook for Jerami Grant. Russell Westbrook's contract is way too expensive, the Pistons can't really afford that. So if the Lakers want Jerami Grant, they're gonna have to trade away TALEN-HORTON Tucker, their young prize star that of course they're trying to develop. The idea for the Lakers is they trade away their future potential building block for a win-now mentality of Jerami Grant. If the Lakers want Jerami Grant, I believe this is the perfect deal. It'll be them offering up TALEN-HORTON Tucker, KENDRICK NUNN, and then of course a 2027 first-round pick. And then it's either between DeAndre Jordan or Kent Bazemore. Right now, the Lakers are trying to shop away Kent Bazemore and DeAndre Jordan. These players are not going to be on the roster during this upcoming buyout market and NBA trade deadline. So if the Lakers can somehow get these players in the Jerami Grant deal, I believe that will be worth it as the Lakers get Jerami Grant. And on the other hand, they'll have some more available roster spots to sign potential buyout candidates. On the Pistons' perspective, because they are rebuilding, getting Horton Tucker and KENDRICK NUNN, two young players to simply build around Cade Cunningham, I believe that makes sense as THT is still a young player that can play the point guard, shooting guard, and small forward position. And with the Pistons having interest in him last season, I know they're going to have interest in him again. If I'm going to be completely honest, if I'm the Pistons, I would not even want DeAndre Jordan or Kent Bazemore. I would actually demand for Malik Monk. I believe this is something that could seal the deal for a potential Jerami Grant trade. But the question is, will the Lakers pull the trigger and trade away their rising star of Malik Monk, who has been phenomenal this year for the Los Angeles Lakers? That, in my opinion, is what I believe the Pistons will actually offer up. They're going to counter-offer this deal with adding Malik Monk to the deal. But that's where you Laker fans come in. Would you trade Malik Monk, THT, and KENDRICK NUNN in exchange for Jerami Grant? That is a big time question right now on the Los Angeles Lakers as they are pursuing Jerami Grant heavily right now. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today talking about the Lakers and how they can get Jerami Grant. Right now this is a very popular idea and this is how it could get done. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe this trade scenario is likely for the Lakers, and will the Pistons accept it? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless. We'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!